Hello, friends. It's Nikki, and welcome back to my messy bookshelf. Today I'm here with a tag video, and this is the in or out book tag. This is a tag that was created several years ago by Rick McDonnell, and apparently it's been recently revived. And I was tagged by my friend Pat at Book Chat with Pat. And the whole point of this tag is we are deciding whether we are in or out with certain prompts. And in as in we like it, or out as in we don't like it. And it's meant to be sort of rapid fire. So there are quite a few prompts, but it is rapid fire, and I'm not going to be pulling out books for all of these. So um, let's get into it. So the first prompt is reading the last page first. Out? Who does that? Why? Prompt 2, enemies to lovers. In, although I do think that it's been rather overdone over the last few years. But yes, in if it's done well. Number 3, dream sequences. In, actually, I just finished The Stand by Stephen King, and dream sequences were quite a big deal in that book. I didn't realize how much that was going to be the case, but yeah, definitely in. Number 4, love triangles. I think those are out. I think that's been overplayed and overdone as well, and I can't think of many examples where the love triangle was enjoyable for me. Number 5, cracked spines. I think that if the cracked spine occurs naturally over years of use, in. What I do not like is intentionally cracking the spine. And you may notice I am holding my microphone today because I've noticed recently in some of my videos the audio has been a little bit muffled because it has been rubbing on either my necklace or my shirt. So I'm gonna hold this microphone. But yeah, if it's happens naturally, I am in with cracked spines. Number 6, back to my small town. So I'm assuming we are talking about main character goes back to their hometown. Uh, in, I guess? Can't really think of a good example of this, but I'll say in. Number 7, monsters are regular people. I would say in. I would say in. Number 8, no paragraph breaks. That's a hard one. I haven't read many books like this. The only one that comes to mind is The Road by Cormac McCarthy, and I liked it, but I don't think that it has a place in every book, but it worked in that book, so I'll say in. Number 9, multi-generational sagas. Definitely in. I love a good multi-generational saga. Number 10, rereading. In, I am a chronic rereader. Number 11, artificial intelligence. I don't know if that's referring to a book about AI or that features AI, or if it is a book that was written by AI. And in that case, I would definitely say out. Number 12, drop caps. I love drop caps. It makes me think of, an old medieval manuscript. And yeah, I'm in with that. Number 13, happy endings. I am definitely in with happy endings. I don't think every book has to have a happy ending, but I love a good happy ending with a nice little bow on it. Number 14, plot points that only converge at the end. Oh, I'm in with that. Trying to think of a good example of a book that was like that. Um, Most recently, I would say The Stand. A lot of things were happening, and many things came together at the end, so it was very satisfying. Yeah, I love when books do that. You're sort of confused for half of the book, and then it all comes together at the end. I love that. Number 15, detailed magic systems. I am most definitely in with a detailed magic system. One of the reasons why I think I have fallen off of fantasy in recent years, even though it was one of my first loves, is because a lot of times it's kind of lacking in that department. No character development, no detailed world building or magic system. So, yes, definitely in with a detailed magic system. Number 16, classic fantasy races. Oh, most definitely in. I love, elves and dwarves and, orcs and dragons, and yeah, totally in with that. Number 17, unreliable narrators. I'm in with that. If it's done well. If it's done well. Number 18, evil protagonists. Oh, I think I am in with that. I think one that comes to mind would be Frankenstein. Maybe not evil, but he's definitely bad. Not Frankenstein himself, but Victor Frankenstein. Um, Number 19, The Chosen One. Some might argue this one has been overdone as well, but I am a sucker for a good Chosen One novel. I'd rather that than the love triangle for sure. So in with The Chosen One. Has to be well done though, because sometimes it can be a bit cheesy, but if it's done well, I just love it. It's usually very epic. Number 20, When the Protagonist Dies. Ooh, I'm kind of out with that, but I am open to it, so I will say in. Number 21, Really Long Chapters. I guess that depends on how long the chapters are. As I keep bringing this up because I just finished it, but The Stand, the chapters were at varying lengths. So I realized that there were some chapters I was flying through, and then there was one or two where I felt like I was reading that chapter for hours. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So I'll say in. It's just hard to find a natural stopping point when you can't stop at the end of a chapter. But I'll say in. I'll say in. Number 22, French flaps. I am a sucker for French flaps. And actually, the next one is Deckled Edges. So, yeah, give me all the French flaps and Deckled Edges. I love both. I think they're both beautiful, and some of my favorite editions of books that I own are books that have French flaps and Deckled Edges. Number 24, signed copies by the author. This I don't care one way or the other. I have a couple of signed copies, but I am not someone who would pay extra for a signed copy. It's not that important to me, so I'm not in or out on this one. um Number 25, dog earing pages. I am out with dog earing pages, though I am ashamed to admit that when I was a kid, I dog eared pages from the library because I didn't know any better. Uh So I am out with that. Although occasionally, if it's an old, battered book that I plan to make extensive annotations in, and this is not something I do very often, it's very, very rare. I will sometimes dog ear a page in an old book that I'm writing in if I want to come back to that page. Because sometimes I want to remember to come back to a certain page and I only have one bookmark in the book. So I actually did that today in the car. I dog eared a page in the book I'm reading because the bookmark was somewhere else in the book and I wanted to come back to that page. So I'm out, but I'm also in, if that makes sense. Okay. 26. The chapter titles instead of numbers. I'm pretty neutral about that. I'll say I'm in with that. I seem to be in with all of these. Um it doesn't bother me if it has a title rather than a number. Um, it is easier, I think, if you're listening to it, or, I would say probably when you're listening to it, it's more difficult, but um, reading a physical copy, I don't see that it really makes a difference. So I'll say in with that one. And yeah, this went by really quick. That was a lot of prompts, but the last prompt is to tag others. And I will tag some people below. Some of you um, are new booktubers, and I don't know if you are open to tags, but no pressure to anyone that I tag. But I am tagging you if you are interested in doing the tag. So I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. And I would love to hear your answers below to some of these questions if you do not have a channel. But thank you so much. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.